This is me with a common dolphin named Buster in SeaWorld San Diego. These are some various pictures that I've taken at SeaWorld over the years. I'm showing you this because this month it has been 10 years since I became obsessed with dolphins and cetaceans and all things marine life, really. About 10 years ago, my mom moved to California, and she asked me, when she called, she asked me where I wanted to go on my spring break because it was my freshman year and I was going to go visit her during my spring break. And at the time, I was really interested in paleontology, and that is pretty much what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a paleontologist. But as I looked into it and what was around San Diego, um, I came across SeaWorld, and I thought back, and I realized I had never actually seen a marine mammal in person before. So I decided I wanted to go there. And pretty much overnight, I became obsessed with the animals. And between that time when she called and when the spring break had happened, I had been like looking up information about them. And actually, I had these little books, these zoo books, and these little books about whales when I was a kid, but I just didn't remember it that well. I had always been really into the ocean, but I never really delved into it quite as much as I did at that time. During that time, I actually bought this Guide to Marine Mammals, the Audubon guide, which is still pretty accurate. It's from 2004, so it still has a lot of accurate information in it, though. And after I visited my mom during the spring break, I decided I wanted to live there. So I went to go live with her in California for about 6 months, but the schools weren't working out well for me. One thing I do remember that I did, though, is that I would carry this around and actually just read it. And one thing that people always ask me over there is, why do I love dolphins so much? People don't really ask me that much anymore because my interests have sort of shifted a little bit, but I still do have like a deep passion for dolphins, and I love to see them any chance I get. Though, as I just showed you with the photos, the reason I got into dolphins was because of SeaWorld, of all things. And actually being able to see them up close and interact with them. And I didn't really interact with them too much the first time, for the first couple of times I went, but as I went on and started to learn how to interact with them, um, I got like really connected to them. And after seeing them interact with the trainers, I felt like that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to work with these animals all the time. I don't think there's really one thing that I love about dolphins. It is their intelligence. It is the way they sound, the way they feel, just everything they do, really. And they've always been really alien to me. I'm not sure if anybody else feels that way, but they seem like, these creatures are so different from us and so different from land mammals. Uh, they are mammals and they did evolve from land mammals, but they're so different. I mean, I like sea lions and seals and walruses and all the pinnipeds, and I like otters, but they're not quite as different as cetaceans are. The cetaceans are like, I, they're just mind blowing the way they look. Just their sleek bodies and everything about them. I just love them so much. But as the years went by and I wasn't going to be able to go to California like I used to, because my mom lived there for from 2004 to 2008, and then she moved back here to North Carolina. So afterwards, in 2010, I actually went back for a little visit to go to SeaWorld again and see the animals that I had grown to know a little bit. But I haven't been back there since, and the only recent time I've actually interacted with dolphins was at the Baltimore Aquarium during BronyCon last year. I will have to say that it is a bit better to get to know the animals instead of like trying to interact with them when you don't know how they'll react. When I did the comb trick on the dolphins in the Baltimore Aquarium, it seemed like they were kind of pissed off at me. Uh, like people were impressed by it. People call me the Dolphin Whisperer in the MLP fandom, but I don't think they really enjoyed that. Uh, I've done it with belugas at SeaWorld, and they seem to really, take a hold of it. They'll come up to you, and some of the dolphins like it, but uh, you know, there's no telling how a certain animal is going to react to something. Also, sorry if this vlog isn't quite as planned as my previous ones because I couldn't really put any of this in a script. I tried to, but I didn't feel like it was right. Anyway, that might give you an idea of why I love dolphins so much and have over the years, but I've sort of grown apart to them for a little bit. Next vlog, I'm actually going to review Blackfish. Uh, People have been asking me to watch and review that. I have watched The Cove before, and there are some mentions of marine parks and aquariums, and them acquiring the dolphins from the Taiji slaughter. But some of that is inaccurate, and I've been hearing inaccuracies about blackfish. So I'll see what I think. Um, I'm more close to dolphins than I am to orcas, bottlenose dolphins and whatnot. But I'll just have to see what I think of it. I don't really like shockumentaries that much, so I guess you'll find out. See you next time.